Welcome back to Birds of a Feather. This is your daily Baltimore sports podcast. My name is Nathan Stroud, and today we're going to be going over the Orioles' loss to the Athletics in Game 2 of the series. Today was a very special night for Orioles fans around the world, and a very special night in general for the Baltimore Orioles and the Orioles organization, because today was the Orioles Hall of Fame induction for three very special individuals that played such a key part in Orioles history, including Joe Orslak, Tom Davis, and obviously Adam Jones, the legend himself. Tom Davis, who was a commentator, Orslak, who was a old outfielder, and obviously Adam Jones, a center fielder, one of the greatest center fielders in Orioles history, someone who was a staple for the Orioles franchise for 10 years. So all of those guys went into the Orioles Hall of Fame today, and it was a very cool moment. Pre-game, obviously, Camden Yards was packed to capacity. There were so many people there for the Hall of Fame today. Very special moment. Everyone out there with the jacket was there. Guys like Chris Davis showed up for Adam Jones as well, and Jim Palmer was there. Cal Ripken Jr. was there. Everyone was there with their jackets on for the Orioles Hall of Fame, and it was a very special moment, very special ceremony. Shout out to the Orioles production who got that all set up and ready to go. But unfortunately, the Orioles, on their Hall of Fame night in front of a sold-out Camden Yards, on Hall of Fame night, a very special night, the Orioles decided to go out there and lose 11-3 on Hall of Fame night in an absolutely embarrassing fashion. Usually when it's like a Hall of Fame night or a really important night for your franchise, like today was, you usually want to go out there and get a win that night. But not only did the Orioles lose, they got absolutely destroyed in this game, 11-3. And this game was over in the fifth inning. Brandon Young had a horrible outing, giving up 6 runs in 3 innings. He did horrible in this game. The Orioles were down 2-0 early, and then in the bottom of the first inning, Gunnar Henderson hit a 3-run homer, and that was all the runs the Orioles scored the entire day was off of that 3-run homer alone. So the Orioles offense didn't score any other runs other than the 3-run homer. A very disappointing loss, a very frustrating loss, but at the end of the day, we've seen this so many times this year that it shouldn't even faze anybody that is an Orioles fan. It's just routine at this point, to be honest with you, them disappointing us. But a very disappointing loss for the Orioles. The pitching was absolutely horrendous from the bullpen to the starting pitching. It was just all bad. And then the offense wasn't really there either. Gunnar Henderson hit a 3-run home run. It was we were up 3-2, and then all of a sudden we were down 11-3. And to be honest with you, I don't even really blame the offense for not doing anything, because again, when the pitching is just so bad, I mean, there's really no motivation to even stay in the game and try and win. But the Orioles lost this game big time. The offense, it was all through Gunnar Henderson today. Got a few hits here and there, but overall, just a very disappointing game overall. So let's just go over the game. So going over this Orioles and A's game, as you can see, the hit difference in this game was was crazy. The A's had 13 hits, and the Orioles only had 4 hits. The Orioles scored 3 runs on 4 hits thanks to the Gunnar Henderson home run, and the A's scored 11 runs on 13 hits. They had 2 homers in this game from Brent Rooker and Shea Langeliers. And Gunnar Henderson had a 3-run homer, and that was literally all the offense that happened today for the Orioles. But going over the offense, again, 1 for 1 with runners in scoring position, 3 guys left on base. We didn't really get on base that much at all in this game. We got walked 1 time and had 4 total hits. So, when we scored 3 runs in the first inning, that was literally all it was. And just like yesterday's game where the Orioles got a 3-2 win, if we go over and look at yesterday's game, the Orioles scored all of their runs in the first inning yesterday and ended up winning. And then today, they scored all their runs in the first inning again, and they lost by 8 runs. So going over the offense, Jackson Holliday was leading off today. He went 1 for 3 with a run scored and a walk as well. So he got on base twice. That's nice to see. Jordan Westberg went 1 for 4 with a run scored, and then Gunnar Henderson obviously providing all of the offense for this Orioles team today. Gunnar goes 1 for 3 with a 3-run homer. It's nice to see Gunnar still doing well this year, and it's nice to see him recently also getting that home run ball back. So that's really nice to see from Gunnar Henderson. Adley Rutschman didn't get a hit. Ryan Mountcastle got a hit. Kobe Mayo didn't get a hit, and he also struck out 3 times. Not a great day by Kobe Mayo. Jeremiah Jackson didn't get a hit. Dylan Carlson didn't get a hit, and Greg Allen also didn't get a hit. So a very, very slow day offensively for the Orioles in terms of total base runners and all that. Obviously, the 3-run homer by Gunnar was a very fun moment at the time in the first inning, but the pitching just completely dissolved all of that fun and momentum that we had. But going over to the Orioles pitching, Brandon Young gets the loss in this game. He's now 0-6 on the season in 7 starts or something. So Brandon Young has been horrible for the Orioles this year, as we know. He's in our top 30 prospects. He is somebody who is a AAA pitcher, but we had to call him up just due to us being kind of desperate. And also with Zach Eflin still out, with Charlie Morton gone because of the trade and all that stuff. So Brandon Young, 0-6 on the year. He gets through only 3 innings of work. He throws 74 pitches through 3 innings. Gives up 6 hits, 2 walks, and 6 runs. Also 2 home runs as well. 1 to Shea Langoliers, 1 to Brent Rooker. And those were all of their runs scored. Not all of the runs. Those were almost half the runs scored in this game. And then Geraldo came in. He gave up, he had 1.2 innings pitched. Gave up 1 earned run, but 4 runs in general. And a walk and 3 hits as well. Not a good game for him either. And then Corbin Martin came in, 1.1 innings, 2 hits, 1 walk, 1 run, 2 strikeouts. Not a good outing for him either. And then Cade Stroud and Grant Wolfram for the final 3 innings of the game were able to shut it down and not give up a run, but the damage caused by Martin, Geraldo, and Young was just too much for this Orioles offense to overcome. And to be honest with you, I really don't blame them. This was a really embarrassing loss. And for the fact that this was on Hall of Fame night as well, makes it even more embarrassing and even more upsetting that this had to happen on Hall of Fame night in a sold-out Camden Yards. They were giving out, Adam Jones bobbleheads and all that stuff. And it was such a cool moment of pregame. And I even tweeted out on my Birds of a Feather account, and which y'all should go follow, by the way. I tweeted out and I was like, I hope they don't lose after a beautiful ceremony like that. And not only did they lose, they got demolished 11-3 by the Athletics. And now tomorrow, the Orioles and A's are playing in a rubber match Game 3. Winner of this game tomorrow takes the series. And this game is earlier in the day. It is going to be Luis Morales for the A's, who only has 2 innings pitched on the year, versus Cade Povich. Cade Povich getting the start tomorrow against the A's. Luis Morales getting the start for the, Cade Povich getting the start for the O's, and then Luis Morales getting the start for the A's. So we'll see what this pitching matchup has in store. It might be a high-scoring game tomorrow. We don't know. Obviously, we know that the A's offense has been, pretty good this year overall, and the Orioles offense has really been struggling here recently since All-Star break. But hopefully, Cade Povich can go out there tomorrow and have a good outing against this offense, and then hopefully, the Orioles can win this series at home, win this game tomorrow, win the series, and then move on to the next series starting on Tuesday. Because I think on Monday they have a day off, and then the series starts back again on Tuesday against the Mariners. So hopefully the Orioles can go out there and get a series win over the A's tomorrow. And at the end of the day, that's really all you can ask for when it comes to this Orioles team. Again, there really wasn't much to talk about regarding the Orioles because, again, they lost 11-3. The offense didn't really do much other than the Gunnar Henderson home run. The pitching was horrendous from Brandon Young to Geraldo to Corbin Martin. All 3 of those guys just gave up 11 runs combined, and it was just a horrible, horrible day overall for Orioles baseball. But it was a very good day with the Hall of Fame ceremony. I don't want to shy away from that. That was a very, very cool moment to see those guys get put in the Hall of Fame and everything like that. It was a really cool moment. Really, really cool moment indeed. It just sucks that the Orioles had to lose by 8 runs on Hall of Fame Day in front of such a big crowd in Baltimore, Maryland. But thank you guys so much for tuning into and listening to this episode of Birds of a Feather. If you like this content, make sure to subscribe on YouTube and follow up on Spotify. Today was a little bit shorter of an episode than usual, but there really wasn't much to go over. Obviously, the Orioles lost in a big fashion. The offense didn't do much. The pitching was horrible. And at the end of the day, we've heard this story a million times throughout this Orioles season. And I mean, at this point, if you're fazed by it, then I don't know what to tell you, because this is the routine regular now regarding the Orioles. And I mean, this happens. This is just the life right now for the Orioles and the life for the season. To be honest with you, a lot of Orioles fans, including myself, are really just waiting and excited to see Sam Obasayo and Dylan Beavers get called up, because then you have some players you can really hone in and watch and see their development. Right now, obviously, you're looking at guys like Jackson Holliday and Kobe Mayo. But right now, at least until we call those guys up, Orioles baseball, to be honest, is just not really, going great right now. And it's not been going great all season, and we know that. And we know Ravens season is right around the corner, which is going to be very exciting. But it just sucks to see the way that this Orioles season has gone overall. Obviously, the way that they lost today was just really embarrassing. But, I mean, this is the normal. This is literally just the normal, the Orioles season. And you literally physically cannot even go over that much with this game because of how little the team, performed well. So overall, just a horrible game for the Orioles today, but they do have a chance tomorrow to go out there and get a series win over the A's with Cade Povich on the mound, so that should be exciting, and hopefully the Orioles can get it done tomorrow. But make sure to follow my Twitter and my Instagram. It's going to be in the link of the bio of whatever platform you're listening on. Make sure to give that a follow. And yeah, I'll have an episode up sometime tomorrow afternoon talking about the Orioles and A's Game 3 rubber match, so make sure to tune into that. I appreciate all the support that you guys given me. I'll see y'all tomorrow. You have a great sales day. Go O's, go Ravens, and I'll see y'all later. Peace out.